Today, boys, we're going to be ranking all 39 Terraria bosses we have in front of us. Not on their difficulty, not on their intensity, but simply visual and situational horror. If that makes any sense at all. All ranging from start of the story to the end of the story. I've tried to put them perfectly where they are, but some of them might be a bit mixed up. On our tier list, we've got Terraland, Werewee Squarewee, Scary, Not Very Scary, and Fear Not. So let's get right into it. Start off with the good old Eye of Cthulhu right here. I think I'm gonna put him in Scary for now, but that might change to Not Very Scary later. It's simply because of his second form. It's just like a big tooth ass man, and plus in master mode when it goes really quickly, that's quite terrifying, the speed of him. Moving on, we've got King Slime. So visually he's the least scariest out of pretty much all of them, just being a blue blob with a crown on, so he could go into Fear Not because he's literally nothing about him scary really. It's just that he summons a bunch of baby slimes. Moving on to the Brain of Cthulhu, he's a much scarier. Like, would you rather see like a big massive blob coming towards you, a big old flying brain with a bunch of little eyes around it? So this one's definitely scarier than Eye of Cthulhu, so I'm gonna go very squarey. But these aren't all definite, we can still change them at the end. Eel of Worlds, so it's a big worm, which is already quite terrifying. It's got a bunch of eyes as well, isn't it? Yeah, in each segment it's got eyes. There's still like so many eyes watching you. And go on the ground, and oh yeah, it has to go like, I'll put it in scary. Right, next we got Queen Bee. She's not too scary, but I wouldn't like to face against a giant bee. Visually, it's not something you'd automatically be scared of. Maybe if you got like the hole phobia or bee phobia, so I'm gonna put it in Not Very Scary. Next we got Skeletron. He's quite scary. He's got like the hands, he's got like the big old arms, but is he as scary as a floating brain? I'm gonna say yes for now. The Wall of Flesh, he's quite terrifying. Like, it's not just that, it's also the music as well. Like his music is a bit like startling. It's just a big wall of flesh. Like, you think of how many dead bodies are in this thing. It's got like the mouth and the eye, and it shoots lasers. Oh, it has to be in very scary, right? Yeah. Next we got Old Captain. So unless you're afraid of a guy with a gun, which isn't very scary in the game, then we'll say not very scary, I guess. Oh, now we got big old flying pirate ship. Now this would be terrifying in real life. Like Captain Jack Sparrow's like piloting a flight space ship with a bunch of cannons like shooting at you. Like, what would this be? Is it as scary as an eyeball? And plus it's got like the pirates spawning out of it as well, isn't it? I'm gonna say very scary simply for the fact of like the pirates. Now we've got a goblin. So now are goblins scary, first of all? That's the question here. But this goblin casts spells and can like move through objects. Like, definitely not in Fear Not, but I'd say about the same as the captain. Alright, next we got Sand Elemental. So I think this one would either go into Not Very Scary or Fear Not, simply like visually speaking. I'm not sure about its attacks. It looks like a floating bits of sand, so I guess I'll put it next to the goblin. Now we've got Ice Elemental. I think we're gonna put a right next to the Sand Elemental just for the sake of it. Or next we've got a Flying Shrimp. This one is actually quite scary. Like, I don't know, giant flying shrimp above like the ocean. Oh, that'd be. I think I might put it in Webby Squarey. Yeah, I think we're gonna put it next to the put all these three next to each other. They got the same color scheme. Oh, so next we got the Queen Slime, which is literally the King Slime but less scary. Really, let's just put it there. Oh, now we got the Destroyer. So we got, instead of a worm, we got a massive worm coming out of the ground and like shooting lasers, probes. Oh, that would. Oh, I wouldn't like that in real life. Yeah, I think I might put them next to each other, because this one only has one eye and this one has multiple eyes, which doesn't really add to the scare factor. But this one has probes, so we're gonna put him there. Skeletron Prime. I must say this might be the scariest one in the game. Skeletron Prime is definitely a scary looking boss. Like, just look at his face. It's like he wants to kill you. So I think he's scarier than Skeletron himself and the rest of these, because, like, imagine, like, these things are just floating brains and, like, stuff. But this one's literally, like, a floating skull with lasers and cannons and whatever, and swords. So I'm going to definitely put this in Terraland. Oh, so now we've got the twins. Imagine the Eye of Cthulhu, but double it. Give him powers, and then give him a second form. That makes him twice as more powerful. That's definitely scarier than most bosses, surely. I think I might have to put him next to Skeletron Prime, because imagine that though. Next we got Plantera. Now, visually speaking, she is not that scary at all. Is her attack scary enough? No, they're not really scary, are they? They're sort of just awkward, to be fair. So I'll put it next to King Slime there. Mothron. Okay, so imagine a ginormous moth. I'm not a big fan of moth anyway, but like a big old moth, I would not like that. So I think I might put him next to the Flying Dutchman, yeah? Yeah, I'll put him there, Webby Squarey. Golem, okay, he's another interesting one. Yeah, we'll put him in scary, because, like, you're in an enclosed area trying to fight him, and he's, like, throwing fists at you, and, like, he's visually speaking, he's not very pleasing, is he? Now we've got 2 Ockrams for some reason, so, yeah, we're gonna have to double down on him. Now, I know Ockram's not in the game anymore, but for some reason this list had him, so may as well put him on there. And I don't know any of his attacks or whatever he does, so I'm just going off visual here. Visually, he's pretty scary. So I'm gonna put him. He's got like the fangs and the claws as well. Yeah, I'm gonna put him next to Mothron. Put both of them next to Mothron. Oh, so now we've got the ogre from the old man's army thingy. Now I would not want to have a fight against him. I'm just saying that would not be very pleasing. And visually speaking, he's like quite terrifying. He's got like those big muscles and the bat and the just scary aspects really. So I'm gonna put him next to Golem and Scare. Also now we have I think it's Betsy. I think his name is from the old man's army. One of the bosses. Of course, it's one of the bosses. But, yeah, I would not want to face a dragon, so I think I might have to put her in Terraland. Now, the 3 I have no idea about, so I'm just going to go visually here. This one is not very scary. This one is Fear Not, and this one... a headless chicken that's trying to fight you. I would not want that as put in Terraland. No, it's kidding, I would put it in scary. So now we've got the Flying Dutchman. So now we've got the Headless Horseman. But he's got a head, so that takes away from the scary factor. Yeah, compared to a lot of the bosses here, he's not very scary, is he? Like, I would rather be fighting him than a giant worm coming out the floor anyway. Oh, so now we've got Living Tree. I think his name's Morningwood. In the Pumpkin Moon event. So I think a living tree is a bit scarier than a chicken turkey with his head off. So I'm gonna have to put him in next to Okram here because it's very scary. Now the pumpkin, oh my goodness, yeah, that would be absolutely terrifying. You stay up there, my friend. And now we're getting some scary stuff here. We've got the Everscream and Santa NK1, so they are literally terrifying, just like this tree right here. Like, imagine fighting another tree, but imagine fighting these two, that'd be... Ooh. And then NK1, he has to go into Terraland, like, he just belongs there. We get Santa's Wonderland, we got Santa's Terraland. Now the Ice Queen, I'm gonna have to put in Fear Not, like visually speaking, like would you be scared of that, or would you be, we've got the Martian aliens, yeah, imagine being attacked by aliens. Put it over there, yeah. Now the Empress of Light, visually, Fear Not, just like the Ice Queen here. Yeah, I think that's where she'll stay really. So, the Dukefish one has to go into the Terraland. Like, imagine being attacked by a ginormous flying fish, and then just look at him. He looks somebody who would have like quite a lot of power. So Lunatic Cultist, who isn't scared of cultists? So definitely not in Fear Not. I think we might put him next to the two other men. Oh, but the fact that you can spawn other stuff, yeah, I'll put him in scary. Now he's got these 4, so are we scared of big old rocks in the sky? I don't think these are worthy of being that scary, so I'm gonna put them all in Fear Not. And then the big boy, the last one. I don't think we need an explanation of this. I think we all know where this is man going. Literally a god, celestial god that's coming down and blaze a beam in you. Just get in there, get in the front. So yeah, this is my tier list. If you have any complaints or anything you would like to change, please let me know in the comments, or just say it's complete trash. But I think it's alright, so let me know. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.